About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Atlanta Braves. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And now here's the starter for Atlanta, Chris Sale. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man, not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters, and a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
Jarren Duran, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Nope.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Fastball for a strike. Duran wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 1 away. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox, they're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get 1 pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Andrew Monasterio, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Off the mark there. Full count now. Fights it off. He'll see another. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And that's a strikeout looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
2 down, bases empty. And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. That's a slider for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Abreu safe at first. He's on after the drop, 3rd strike.
Batting 4th, first baseman.
So he's able to reach first base despite the strikeout, and that extends the inning. Kind of a tough turn of events for the defense there.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of a morale killer. For a second, you think you're about to go hit, but really quickly you have to refocus and be ready for the next play. We'll see if they can work around it.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here comes Wilson Contreras.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 now. Jackknifes out of the way. Here's a 1-1.
Tried
Ball,
to
that's
backdoor him
out.
with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
In for a strike. And the count's even at 2. That one the other way. The relay. Slides his hand in there. Save. And it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Cedar Rafaela getting ready to hit. Going on. On the corner for a strike.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. Outside with a breaking ball. Stays alive. Man at second. Swing and he popped it up. Smith. And that is that. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's an early 1-0 lead. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in Atlanta. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Ranger Suarez. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, you know, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Yo, 1.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And a foul ball. The 1-2.
Ball 2.
And
That's
that
a ball.
just misses. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And he grounds one to the right side. And it goes just foul. Struck him out looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. And that one fouled off.
Ball down.
Red Sox already leading.
Ball! That pitch is out.
That one is cut on and missed. Looked like a changeup.
Really good changeup. Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Matt Olson in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. On the ground. Story sends it over to first, and Olson is set down. Inning over. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They trail here 1-0. On now to the top half of inning number 2. So stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story.
Ball.
And the 1-0. The shortstop takes the ball. Two and 0 to count. Here it comes.
Ball 3.
Just missed. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Next offering is fouled back. And that one hit to first. Smith steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Carlos Narvaez. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. High fly ball down the left field line. That one carrying. And it is out of here. He'll take a jog around the bases. And they add to their lead. It's 2-0.
They thought he could blow a high fastball by him, but he was ready for it. Look at how quickly he jumped on that pitch.
One down. Here's the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. And he lays down a bunt. Can't pick it up with the bare hand. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this. Well, Singy, that was really nice looking. Able to get it down and in a good spot.
And he makes it look easy. Bat angle was perfect. Barrel stayed above the hands. Could almost walk to first.
So a man at first. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate.
Hey!
Here comes the 0-1.
Ball. That's inside.
Step off throw to first.
Thanks.
Durbin dives back in safely. Durbin leads off first with one away. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
Ball up there.
Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Jarren Duran digs in now. He's 0 for 1.
Hey.
One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the second. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2
Up
outs.
next for the Red Sox, the designated
Timing on the
hitter,
swing was
Andrew
good, able to shoot the
Monasterio.
ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Now at the plate, Andrew Monasterio.
Yeah.
There's a strike. Tap back to the mound. Over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Mauricio Dubon.
Here's Mauricio Dubon.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate, barely hitting over the Mendoza line this month.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting sixth, third baseman.
Here comes Austin Riley. This is a guy that they are counting on to deliver, and early on this season, it's been a struggle. Bottom line, his resume says he's a good hitter, just has not gotten off to a very good start. And you got to figure, regress to the mean, water finds its level, all those sayings, that he will end up having a good year.
0-1.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
But I'll tell you this, nobody on his team is worried about it. They've seen him do it year in and year out. May get off to a slow start, may have a slow mid, but when the game's on the line, when the season's on the line, he's the guy they want at the plate.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground
he's
ball
in
double
there.
play.
Over to first, and he's saved. Dubon over at first with 1 away. Set
Three.
down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Dominic Smith.
Now it's Dominic Smith.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
That clips the zone. It's 0-1. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fly ball down the line. That one is foul, and he'll see another. In the dirt. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. One left for Atlanta. They trail things here 2-0. On to the third inning. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
You know, these Red Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Here's a 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Here's a 1-2.
That's ball 2.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Contreras in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Yo 1. Ripped on a line to center. Harris on the move. 2 away.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
2 outs, base is empty. Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
The 0-2. And they'll do it again. Two down, nobody on.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're up 2-0. As we go to the last of the third. Now in for the Braves, Ha-Sung Kim.
That's a ball.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Mike Yastrzemski, the second MLB Yes,
Ball 1.
steps in. Line drive, base hit, right center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Braves, catcher, Drake.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Drake Baldwin will hit next. Fouled off. He was late. Baldwin in his second season, 24 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin.
Ball one.
The 1-1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And now the
That's
count
outside.
is even. Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. That knocks them down to one challenge left. Comes the 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Up the middle, Connor Falefa. The flip to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Braves nothing. New inning getting
Leading
started.
off for the
So
Red
stepping
Sox,
in for Boston,
shortstop,
Trevor Story. Chris Sale back to work. Swinging a ground
foul.
ball, and that's just foul.
No, inside.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Red Sox, catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
And here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Red Sox by 2. Top half of inning number 4. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Now pitching for the
Didier
Braves,
Fuentes
number
is forced to the
72.
mound after the injury.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Oh, 0-2 now.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Nope, outside.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Up next for the Red Sox, third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
2 down, bases empty. Caleb Durbin, the next to hit.
Hey!
There's a strike at the knees.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Got him. That's the 3rd out. Red Sox go down quietly as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 4th, so now to the plate for Atlanta, Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies.
Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
You know, these Braves just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The 0-2.
Nope. That's inside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at-bat until that put-away pitch, and it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden a pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
Here's Matt Olson down. Right through there for a strike. Red Sox leading it by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II.
Aye!
Two down, nobody on. On the ground to the left, and it stays fair. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Braves.
Now in for the Braves, Mauricio Dubon. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Inside ball.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. There goes the runner. That's it for a strike. Save in second with a stolen base.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
And it's second. Misses
Oh, that's
outside,
just out.
and that's ball 2.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
That's out to center field. And that's a base hit. Fires it to the plate. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And they trail by 1.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So 2 down. And next for Atlanta, Austin Riley. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's,
that's inside.
The inside edge. And it's 1-0.
Well, he looks
ball
more
2.
focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
There's a strike. Two. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Up next for the Braves.
Dom Smith stands in. He's been a great free agent sign. 2 on, 2 outs. In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. The 0-2. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away. And on the wild pitch, down to third goes the tying run.
No trouble moving up to second on that play with the ball getting that far away from the catcher. Nice job to take advantage of the wild pitch.
Lined, and that's a base hit. 1 runs in. Here comes the throw. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. 3-2, they take the lead.
It's a clutch at bat and could be one of the biggest ones of the game as they jump ahead by 1. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Now in for the Braves, Ha-Sung Kim. He's 0 for 1. And this one squirts away from the catcher. Throws to second, and he's out.
He's out.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We've played 4. It's the Braves 3 and the Red Sox 2. Back at Truist Park, so stepping in for Boston, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Crushed, left center field. This one's deep, forget it. And they tie it up. It's 3-3. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. The great pitchers are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike, but finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
Now batting Jarren Duran, 1 for 2. And a ground ball
foul
to
ball.
first. And foul ball.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Here comes the 0-1. That clips the corner.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
That's
Pretty
a ball.
standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Sets him down looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Monasterio
Ball, that's out.
in the box for the third time today as he takes that one off the plate. Catcher challenge will take another look. So the call stands. So they'll lose their first challenge. The 1-0. That
Ball
one
two.
almost got him.
Hey.
One out, base is empty, and a run in. And we're at the top of the fifth. Swings through that one out in front that time. Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Well, that's great execution of the pitch right there, and the battery working together. Catcher does a nice job to present that to the umpire and get that call third strike.
Now here is Wilyer Abreu.
Ball.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And a big swing and a miss.
Nope. Inside. Ball two.
That
Ball.
one way inside. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Brings it in, and that is that. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. Home half of the fifth coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Ha-Sung Kim. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And the lefty with the 0-1.
Too high. Ball. That's a ball.
Line drive, base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Braves, right
Mike
fielder,
Yastrzemski up here. A single his first time. That
Ball
one
inside.
misses. Ball one. Activity in the bullpen. Greg Weiser, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Moran warming up as well. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Ball
Lay
two.
off that pitch down.
That
That's
misses.
ball three.
3-1.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
And ball four, two aboard.
Take it, man.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Line drive, base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. And he beats it. He's safe.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Ranger Suarez is done. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
So they
Boston,
turn things over to the
number
righty,
57,
Greg Weiser.
Greg Weiser.
Huge opportunity to add on to the lead for this offense right now, but we'll see what he has to say about that. He's going to have to make some great pitches to work out of this jam, though.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Golden opportunity right here.
That's out.
The 1-0. And another
Nope.
ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That's ball
Just
three.
missed. And that'll
That's
load
ball
the
four.
bases.
Take your base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Matt Olson stepping to the plate in a big spot now. Fouls away the first offering.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs one hitter at a time.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. And fouled off.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Sets him down looking.
Up next for the
Huge
Braves,
strikeout there.
center
Gosh,
fielder,
here it is, hit it.
Michael
3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
All loaded up. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. In for a strike. 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Oh, man, that's a tough one to swallow. Had the distance, just couldn't keep it fair. Imagine how great that feels, run around the bases when you've just hit a granny. He's got to dig back in, figure out a way. Maybe he can do it again.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And next for Atlanta, Mauricio Dubon.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
In the air, left side. Durant in position, and that's the third out. The Braves add one on the RBI double. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Stepping in, Wilson Contreras.
First baseman, Wilson Contreras.
And that one fouled off. The 0-1. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Action in the pen down there. Martin Perez, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Kinley also getting ready. Got him swinging for the K.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder,
Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
The Red Sox trailing by a run, and we're in the top half of the sixth. There's a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. To his knee, the throw. And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single.
Wow, he did everything he could on that play with the throw from his knee, but the hustle down the line was enough to earn him the infield knock, and that's a great baseball play all the way around.
Here's Story now.
Inside, ball one.
And that is out of play. The 1-1.
Ball two.
And
That's
there's the
ball
ball.
three.
Carlos Narvaez on deck for Boston. The 3-1. And the tying
Ball.
run is
Take
on
it.
base.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
So digging in, Carlos Narvaez. He's already homered here in this one.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
In for a strike. Went with the sweeper.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
2 on, 1 out. On the ground left side. 6, 4, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it for the inning.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Austin Riley.
Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Braves, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've seen how many line drive base hits they've been able to produce in this one, 6 to be exact, and they've all been pretty loud.
Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Braves.
Dominic Smith. Next up for the Braves.
Smith.
Runner on the move. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
For the Braves.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Ha-Sung Kim now at the plate. That's in for a strike at 95. It's 0-1.
Ball.
First and second, no outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Outside.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Ball 2.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Here's a 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Two now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
2 aboard with 1 out. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And that one clips the corner. Yastrzemski not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Line drive. He can't get there. It's a base hit. And they stop him at third, so bases loaded with 1 away.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves.
We just might be talking about this at bat in our post-game wrap. He's proven he can drive in runs in these spots.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. That clips the corner. Bases loaded. One away.
That's a really good take.
Now all even up. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. And this one could be extra bases. One runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Greg Weisser gives way, and he's on the hook for the runners at second and third, so looking for some help there. Back in a minute.
Now pitching for
The new pitcher in the game, Giovanni Moran.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Pitches in the dirt. Ball one.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
And there's a strike. Swings over the top of that one. To the right side. Connor Falefa throws to first in time. Now 2 out. Matt Olson up to the plate.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Boston's bullpen with some activity. Number 78, the rookie left-hander, appears to be getting going. And the 1-0. Fought off foul. Runner at third, 2 away. Swing and a miss.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That's ball 2.
And the 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Tag, got him. What a throw to end the inning. We're through 6 full. It's the Braves 7 and the Red Sox 3.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Dylan Lee.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
Now the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. The Bo Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
This one in the air, right field.
No,
And he
foul
can't
ball.
quite get there. It's a foul ball.
Ball, that's low.
Line drive, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's already homered in this game.
There you
Check
go.
swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. And that's going to be ruled a swing. The 0-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Ground ball to the right side. Over to Kim. 1 and 2.
He's out.
A play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Base is empty after the double play. Jarren Duran digs in now. 1 for 3. Just
Outside,
missed.
that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on.
No,
He's
that's
just
down.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
In the air, left field. Dubon under it. And that'll do it. Nothing doing for Boston. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Back here in Atlanta, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Ball 1.
One now. And it's fouled away. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. Now 1 away.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, At least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Harris, batting with one down, takes a strike. Hit hard but foul off to the left. 0-2 now. Got him swinging.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Giovanni Moran won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So the
Boston,
Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, number 78.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's the left fielder, Mauricio Dubon.
Got to be down in the zone with that two-seamer if you're gonna be effective with it.
This one in the air, center field. Rafaela on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 8th inning coming up. It's the Braves 7 and the Red Sox 3. Ready to begin the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Andrew Monasterio.
Hey!
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Struck him out looking.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
A Brave, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Out number 2.
Up next for the Red Sox, first baseman.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Dylan Lee departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Braves,
on now, Tyler
number
Kinley.
45.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. It gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Come on, Tyler.
2 down, nobody on. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2. Here's a high chopper. Riley tosses to first, and Contreras is retired. Red Sox go 1-2-3. It's the Braves 7 and the Red Sox 3. On to the bottom of the 8th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley. And first offering is fouled off.
Come on, Austin.
Up the middle. That one's sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And a man aboard. Dominic Smith next up for the Braves.
Ball, that pitch is up.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Ball.
Riley on at first. Nobody out. That misses the zone. And now 3-0. There's a strike.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
So a
Nope,
walk
that's ball
puts
four.
runners at first and second.
Not the start to this inning he was hoping for on the mound. Now he's going to have to really dial it up against the bottom part of this lineup to get out of this jam.
Next to hit, Ha-Sung Kim. The 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. Gives up the body and makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Yastrzemski in the box now. Takes strike one. The Braves trying to break this one open here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Ball, that's inside.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Late with the swing there. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Runners are at the corners. One away. On the ground. And it goes just foul. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Got him. Great throw, and that's the inning.
When you get thrown out at third with 2 outs, you kind of want to keep on running. Not a great decision there as it ends the inning.
We go to the 9th. So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela.
Hey!
Just off
Inside,
the
ball
inside edge. Kinley, a 6'4" righty. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Red
Here's
Sox.
Trevor Story.
Trevor Story.
And that
Nope,
misses.
that's a ball.
And that is ball one. The Braves leading by 4 here at the top of the ninth.
That's ball 2.
Here we go, Tyler.
That one catches the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, look at the stop. There's one. They get the double play, and just 1 out to go now.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
So the Red Sox down to their final out. Here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Swinging a foul out of play.
Let's go, Tyler.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball 1.
Come on, Tyler.
The 1-1. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is the ball game.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.